like deze video, subscribe en je weet wat je moet doen. Delen, 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 delen. Def. Extreem.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Genesis chapter 1.
Of all the mysteries confronting mankind's quest for knowledge, the greatest is the mystery called life.
But I think the spiritual preparation is even more important than the physical preparation.
Ancestors were obsessed with the comet. Let the slightest wisp of a comet appear in the sky and all of humanity was thrown into terror. But why was this? It was cosmic catastrophe that inspired the ancient words and phrases for the comet. The comet was the torch of the sky, the sword hanging over the world, the spiraling serpent or dragon, the spiraling sidelock or ribbon. The angry or lamenting goddess soaring across the sky, her hair disordered and blowing in the wind. Anyone exploring the roots of the ancient comet fears is going to run into the work of Immanuel Velikovsky, the controversial theorist who suggested that, well, there's a reason for the fears of comets around the world. We experienced this horrific cometary catastrophe. The world was devastated by a comet just a few thousand years ago. And Velikovsky went further. He said that not that long ago, planets appeared in the sky with comet-like attributes. In particular, he named the planet Venus as the great comet of antiquity. Both Walt Thornhill and I disagreed with many components of Velikovsky's reconstruction, but we also felt that Velikovsky had nailed certain principles that can help us to understand the early cultures. In particular, Velikovsky was correct in naming the planet Venus as the Great Comet. And the cometary language of Venus goes far beyond anything that Velikovsky himself published. In every corner of the world, the language of the comet and the language of Venus are identical. Venus as serpent or dragon. Venus as torch of the sky. Venus as long-haired star. Venus as bearded star. The Sumerian goddess Inanna was identified as Venus. She was the Lady of Life. But in her terrible aspect, she became a dragon-like flame in the sky. The texts say, "Like a dragon, you have deposited venom on the land, raining the fanned fire down upon the nation." Inanna became a roaring storm. She devastated the land. "Mankind comes before you in fear and trembling at your tempestuous radiance," the texts say. Inanna's Babylonian counterpart Ishtar was also identified as Venus. She was the shining torch of heaven and earth. Furious and irresistible onslaught. I rain down like flames, the goddess announces.
And Elohim said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And Elohim made the firmament, dividing the waters which are under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament. And Elohim called the firmament heaven.
Upper waters, lower waters. What did the Bible mean by that? What has modern science discovered?
The Sumerians described Uranus and Neptune as watery planets.
In 1979, 1980 and 1981, the Pioneer and Voyager spacecraft visited Jupiter, Saturn and their many moons, and found water everywhere, as ice on the surface and as water below the surface.
There was water on Io, a moon of Jupiter, and on Jupiter's moon Europa, on Saturn's moon Enceladus, and its moon Tethys, and in the magnificent rings of Saturn. Modern science has confirmed the ancient assertion to the full. There indeed have also been waters above the firmament.
As you can see, this is footage of our moon, real images of the planet moon. Look, all those creatures. You've been wondering, what's that? How is that impossible? I'm asking the same questions. The only thing what I'm doing is seeking the truth, man. So if If you like this video, please subscribe and leave a like. TAF, how to learn.